Sarge WP shout out is because he bring up a good topic when you talk about the white supremacist talking points on, you know, how they use pseudo-anthropology that comes from the 1800s to say this is why, you know, such and such people are particularly black people is the way they are due to African culture, even though they admit to black people being separated from our culture, which is African. Not, I'm getting tired of these indigenous pretending Indian niggas that we all have an African culture. They stripped that from us. So when you listen to Sarge WP, he made a good examples of this shit. Like he said, like for example, you take the Pakistanis here in the United States, they are the model minority. They go to school, they do well in classes, they have businesses, they have a good, they live in a community of peaceful people. Where over there in the UK, where they marginalized and criminalized in the British industrial prison complex, is a completely different thing. So if you look at that compared to over there in the UK, if you go to the UK, they'll tell you, Pakistanis are criminals. They are criminal-minded people. Not that they had to deal with racism and bigotry and shit. They just think they're intrinsically like that. You know, it's something intrinsic in them, where is the Pakistani citizens in the United States are criminals. It's the same thing that the white people do with Nigerians and black FBA black people. It's intrinsically FBAs or criminals and this and that. It's just something that's intrinsic in them. Not that it's structures that put in place to disenfranchise us, to keep us. They destroy all our thriving black community, redliners, gerrymandering, eminent domain, COINTELPRO, assassination of black leaders, dumping drugs in the black community. Somehow when you bring Nigerians over, they can do well. Huh? Yeah, if they had to deal, if they actually dealt with the shit we would have dealt with, would you have the same thing to say about Nigerians? No, the fuck y'all white folks won't. And then come to find out, even in the UK, the vast majority of the crimes happen about white, British, and Scottish, and Irish people that live in the UK. But white folks don't never talk about their criminality and how they make movies where their criminality is celebrated. Like The Godfather, like Goodfellas, like all these, like Western movies. They white people criminality is celebrated. You see what I mean? The different strokes for different folks. And then they'll run around here talking about how black people didn't do shit, but yet you go look at, you had a lot of black people, black famous inventors in the United States, including the one that created the 5G and all the shit, electrical transformers and shit, was invented by black people. But keep in mind, anything that black people was invented past during the late 1800s all the way up to the 30s and 40s, they had their intellectual properties taken from them, and white people claimed it. And that majority, that was a lot of shit that we invented that they didn't give to us. So when white people talk this intellectual, dishonest shit, I don't give a fuck about hearing no Jared Taylor, Richard Spencer, Nick Fuentes bullshit, because the only thing gonna make me want to do is launch one of these goddamn 13 fucking size Adidas up their ass. That's all that's gonna want me to do, is stump their ass out. And another thing too, this motherfucking nigga Charleston White never mentions that. He never mentions that. You know, he fucking never mentions that shit. Hold on. He never mentions that shit. I thought I was gonna get my paperwork. But that motherfucker never mentions that shit. None of them do. They never mention that shit, and they want you to be, oh hell, we ain't fuss white folks invented that. Shut the fuck up. Y'all the biggest thieves and murderers on the goddamn planet. Now, am I saying all white people? No. But we gonna keep it a buck. Because when some of y'all white people say, well, I wouldn't like that. Y'all disown all the wickedness y'all people do, but all the greatness y'all so-called invented, y'all embrace it and roll around in it like a hog and slop. Fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. And then all the intellectual dishonesty of Charleston White. He never calls, he'll talk about all the shit. He sounds like a damn white supremacist himself, but he never talks about the culprits, the reasons why. That's why I have a problem with Charleston White. And if I ever got onto a stage, or anybody that's intellectual got on the stage with him, they'll actually literally destroy Charleston White. He just haven't met a person that was intellectually astute. Because Charleston White really not that intelligent. He's really not. He's a fucking idiot. And all you have to do is have a fucking debate with him. And, like, I can fucking destroy all the Charleston White fucking talking points real fucking easily. But white people and dumb niggas always giving this dumb nigga a platform, and he makes money off being saying dumb, stupid shit. Here's another motherfucker I would love to lodge for underneath goddamn 13 and a half foot up his ass with Adidas on. And I hope you see this video, Charleston White. I'm looking for you, nigga. I'm looking for you, just to let you know. Oh, crackhead looking ass nigga.